Diddy. Okay, everybody's talking about every YouTube video, every TikTok. You see how Diddy, okay. They got him. We got him. Right? Mm-hmm. Apparently he's on watch. I can't say the word, but he's on watch.
I got something to say about that and some thoughts about
that. And at some point we knew that the FEDS was gonna get him. It was trending that way from the whole Cassie situation. You know, him being in some other place. It had a vibe like, yeah, he might be ducking from something. Now they got him. So, thoughts? I'll let you go ahead and say what you got to say.
So with the whole Diddy situation right now, you're looking at like they're bringing like mafia level charges against him.
I mean, they had a RICO charge on him.
It's RICO, racketeering, running a criminal enterprise.
And now what's the new one?
I don't know. Tell me.
It's the trafficking. That's what they're getting him for.
The trafficking charge. Oh, for bringing the prostitute.
That's what they actually seized him for. That's what they got him for.
But I mean, I got a lot of questions with it because they're sitting here, they're bringing him in like really and truthfully. The focus of this is Diddy's sex parties, whether or not the people who are in the sex parties are willing participants, and what he did to facilitate those sex parties. That's really what we're talking about, right?
Yes, but I think it has to do with obviously trafficking is a very broad category, right?
Very.
For example, this was back in the day, and you and your homies go meet up with a couple of girls, right? And they live in West Bumblefuck, right? Mm-hmm. You take them from West Bumblefuck and you take them to somewhere else. That's trafficking.
Depends on what you do. So in the age that we're in right now,
right?
We're in the you got the Instagram model age. You know, we have everything is social media and everything. So a lot of these people get their employees through those terms.
Okay.
So for instance, if I sit there and I say, hey, I meet sex worker A who lives in Ohio and I want to have an experience with her, and I fly her out to New York to come have that experience with me.
That's trafficking.
That's trafficking.
Correct.
That's trafficking. How many people are trafficking right now?
Oh, about maybe 70% of the population.
There you go. You know what I mean? Or I wouldn't say the population, but the people who
there's a lot of people that's doing it. There's a lot of people that's flying people out.
I ain't flying nobody out.
You ain't doing it, but there's a lot of people that's doing it. That's all I'm saying. But yes, continue.
But that's trafficking. And so the definition of trafficking is so broad that there's a lot of things that you can sit there and do to get yourself caught up in that.
Well, it's kind of like tax evasion, right? They can be able, they got a whole bunch of gangsters on taxes back in the day just to be able to get something to stick. And then they hit you with something else.
Because the tax evasion was, with the gangsters and everything, it was basically you're making money and you're not paying the government.
Right.
But I'm making money by illegal gambling and prostitution and all other means of things that I'm not supposed to be doing.
But it was just a way of Pandora's box. If we can get you on this, now we can be able to attach other things to you. So that's literally all it is. They found a way. They found a way to use this very broad term to have it stick to them, and now everything else is coming at him. So,
but even with the thing with Diddy right now, like you said, he's on watch. Kind of reminds me, like anybody who knows me knows I'm really against conspiracies and everything like that. I really believe in Occam's razor. The simplest explanation normally is the explanation, but when you look at it in terms of kind of like what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. They said he committed whatever, but I don't necessarily believe that because of all the circumstances around it. And to throw Diddy on that watch right now, when you really think about over the past 25 years, the celebrities who've partied with Diddy, politicians who've partied with Diddy, socialites who've partied with Diddy. They said when they raided his house, they had evidence of these freak-offs on tape. Who's on those tapes? Who participated in everything that's going on?
Well, think about all the CEOs that stepped down in the last week.
Look at this. Even what's her name? Nikki was talking about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have a whole bunch of moving parts, and there are a whole lot of people who are going to be affected by this, other than Diddy.
And not to mention, since you did discuss them raiding his house, the fact that they found all those bottles of baby oil. Found all those bottles of baby oil. You either wrestling or you wrestling. I don't know what the hell you doing with all that baby oil, fam.
What Uncle would say, you wrestling.
Yo, facts. Like, yo, what is going on?
Yo, leave that man alone.
What type of freak? He's a freak. He is.
Everybody keep a little baby oil in the house.
No, they don't.
Everybody keep a little baby
oil. No, they do not.
You need to get you some Johnson & Johnson.
What do I need that for?
Look,
I don't even deal with their vaccine, much less their oil. I don't want no parts of them. Okay?
You better keep that oil on the side.
Nah, fam. I don't trust them.
You know what I mean?
I don't trust them. Okay? Give me some coconut oil. You ain't gonna have no baby oil in my house. It's not gonna happen.
What you want, son? What they call it? Holistic?
Facts. Facts. You ain't gonna give me no cancer. It's not gonna happen. All right? But yeah, listen. People have their opinions about it. We have, wild opinions from Dr. Umar to this person. Whatever it is, I'm somebody who I'm going to see what's going on. I am not going to foreshadow anything. I want to see exactly what the evidence is. I want to see what they bring. I want to see how this progresses. And then I'll have my opinion from there. I don't have an opinion. I know that from experience, knowing people who have had interactions with Diddy. Diddy's a gangster. He's always been, right? The way, so the RICO charges, that doesn't shock me because he's a gangster and he moves like that. The way he used to terrorize people, I'm not shocked by that either. So the fact that they said, nah, we're not going to give you no bail because we're scared that you may intimidate witnesses. Yeah, I believe that.
You know how much money Diddy got? You think he can't intimidate people from jail?
That's what I'm sure, but that's why all of this stuff at that point, it doesn't shock me. Everything else, I need to see how it plays out. And then I'll have an opinion.
I'll tell you a quick little story, right?
But he is a little freak, though.
I mean, everybody got a little freak.
Not Diddy freak. Don't.
I don't got Diddy freak.
Diddy, Dwight Howard type of freak. I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that.
Don't talk about Mr. Howard.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's a part of that. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Not part of it. I don't know. We're not going to speculate. But yeah, go ahead.
But I used to work with, many moons ago, I used to work with this guy, right? And he was a guy from Suffolk County who used to do like bartending around and everything. Like he used to do like at-home bartending for like, not at-home bartending, but like mansion parties and things like that. And one thing he told me was, I get calls for Diddy parties. Remember Diddy used to throw the parties out in the Hamptons. And he looked me right in my eyes and he said, I cannot speak to you about anything that happens at those Diddy parties. Legally, I can't speak to you about anything that happens.
You probably had to sign an NDA.
I'm speculating. But what he did tell me is, he said, when you walk into the Diddy party, your phone goes in the bag. You get checked to see if you have any kind of recording devices or any kind of things like that. And then you're allowed in. And when you leave, that's when you get everything back. Those parties were crazy. Those parties were drug-fueled sex freak-offs. Like the term that he gave them was the correct term. And the fall off for everybody is what I'm waiting to see. Like Diddy's done. Like D and Diddy is for done.
Yeah, he's done.
But what happens for everybody else after that, those dominoes, that's what
you want to see. You want to see the shrapnel. That's what you want to see. You want to see the shrapnel. I mean, listen, I'm here for it too.